Hello and welcome everybody to 1992. In 1992, Fred Couples won the Masters. Classic victory. If you haven't, I've watched it. It's an amazing tournament. Watch the final. I like to watch the final round of lots of these historic Masters. So, 1992, I was in my youth, and I remember movies, lots of movies. I remember Last of the Mohicans came out, and that was it. It was just like, whoa! Under Siege came out. It's like, sweet, a battleship. As a kid, I didn't know it was already like, battleships were like 50 years obsolete. I didn't know, but it was cool, right? Bodyguard with Whitney Houston. The vocals were amazing. So 1992, Ping comes out with this. After the 80s, it's a rock star club. Let's talk about it and get this on the review table, have a closer look, talk about some identifying features. Historically, it seemed like some iron manufacturers just put it all on black. Let's just go and let's just spin this roulette wheel and let's see what comes out, right? As far as design goes, they're just shot in the dark. Yes, Ben Hogan can improve quality, but when it comes to like engineering behind the clubs, what were they really doing with irons? Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. Landed on red here, not black. So iron manufacturers for a long time seemed just kind of focused on looks. And then who shows up? Ping. Okay, I understand there were some before this, but let's talk about the I series. Okay, so Ping I comes out in 79, 80. Look, lovely cavity, little cat eye right there. This one happens to be the green dot. And then in 1982, they come out with the famous Ping I2. Needs no introduction. Look at the difference in the sole. I mean, we're talking about a club that really made its mark historically. Here in the future, we can look back and clearly see that, okay? Ping I2, groundbreaking. Then Ping I2 Plus, they had some new rules come out. Again, maybe it's the slightest variation to the sole. So they fixed the grooves so they are conforming, and the Ping I2 ran from 1990 to 92. In 92, what's Ping gonna do? Well, come out with the Ping Zing. Again, sole changes, top line changes. Let's see if we can keep these in their spots. Now let's just compare the top lines of all of these while we're here. So they're all stainless steel. They all have a good amount of offset, and just look at them. It's pretty cool how different these all are. The Ping Zing obviously stands out to me because of its unique shape. Look at this. Over 13 years of Ping irons. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Zing here. So obviously it says Ping Zing in the cavity with the Ping custom fitting dot. All right, this is the lie. My humble understanding is that many taller people prefer a more upright lie, where depending on your swing or your height, you may prefer a more shallow lie. So it really depends on your preferences and your swing and how you're built in your biomechanics. Okay, they can obviously lengthen them and stuff. So that's what that color means for those of you that don't know. Now, you can see all the labeling here. Phoenix, Ping Zing with the lie dot right here. AZ, USA, patent numbers. Karsten here on the back of the top line, the aft portion of the top line. We have an iron number here on this little winglet. I just flew recently, and I always look at planes because I think they're cool. And they have these little winglets to prevent the vortices, those big air vortexes coming off the wing. This one has a little winglet right here, so airplanes can take off immediately behind. I'm not actually sure if that has any aerodynamic effect at all. But there is another iron number here on the face, which as you can see is stainless steel, conforming grooves ever since the Ping I2. You can see another iron number here on the sole, which has a lot of rounding to it and a lot of shaping to the sole, which is very unique compared to the previous models. So we're going to spin around. You can see the heel right here, tons of offset. The serial number is here on the hosel. We're going to spin around. You can see the toe profile, lots of shaping going on here. Not that, it kind of matches the design language of the sole, where it goes from fat to thin to fat. Very interesting. And of course, at address with this large flat iron and this little, to me, I just described it as a little winglet. It's so cute. No ferrule, as on as historically Ping just didn't have ferrules. We move up the stepped shaft. There's no shaft label. I just put my year label here, 1992, to remind me what year this came out. And this particular one has an aftermarket Golf Pride tour wrap group. So when other companies are just spinning the roulette wheel when it comes to design, Ping engineers these things. So how does engineering feel when you hit a golf ball? Let's go find out.
Ping Zing irons. These things are the encore from Ping after the Ping i2, the famed, long-lasting Ping i2. Well, what are we going to do? We're going to make the biggest club on the planet. So I've hit a lot of clubs from before, 1900. So pre-1900 all the way to like the latest and greatest stuff. And looking down at this, nothing on earth looks like a Ping Zing iron. It has this big fat top line, massive amounts of offset, and this huge airfoil at the toe on the top line. And so it's just very unique, where it's just like, we're gonna take this and just pack it full of engineering and just run with it. And they did, and a lot of people didn't like it. I get that. But for me, it's refreshing to see just a company go all out and make a club like this. They're not gonna, you'd be very hard pressed to get a company to make something like this today. I'm making this video in 2025. So I feel like it really captures that era of Ping in the 90s, where everybody's coming out with the bigger and better stainless steel irons. Callaway, comes out with these massive Big Bertha irons in 94. I wonder if it was to compete with this. But either way, to me, a very interesting era. Kind of the era, the late 90s, when I kind of started taking my first trips to the driving range and exploring golf as a youth. So yeah, at address, massive offset, massive head, just looks big, and it's all just this homogeneous gray. Yeah, the grip is fine, shaft is fine, no complaints, obviously no ferrule. That doesn't bother me, I've hit Ping clubs before. So let's see how it feels. It's always, sometimes like your visual concept of what's going on interferes with the rest of it. It feels heavy. Maybe I can go take a swing weight later, but just looking at this thing, it's so cool. All right, let's see what comes out. Absolutely, I heard it spinning like crazy. Easily carried 150, solid 6-iron shot. What's to complain about? Maybe a couple millimeters toe side, but it came out beautifully. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've been hitting with a weaker grip because I want it to go a little bit straighter, because I have this draw bias. Speaking of, that was slightly pulley. Good ball flight though. Again, easily carried that 150. But can you work such a ridiculous iron? It is so massive. I'm going to try to fade this, if not just outright slice it. Same weak grip, but very out to in motions. And that should give us a little bit of a fade. Lovely! It faded. You can work it. Nothing like a workable, massive forgiveness iron. Oh my goodness. I love this club. I know it's polarizing. I know some people hate it, some people love it. I love it. I can tell you right now, I've hit this before. I love this set. Ping Zing. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of it. My goodness, it sure feels good. Ah, it's just such a, yes, feeling. This is one of those, can I forgive it that it doesn't look like a sexy blade? Yeah. Can I forgive it that on the golf course, nobody's going to be like, wow, that's so shiny, what is that? The people just, oh, wow, that's a huge old head. Nice sticks, man. But yeah, oh my goodness. Just one of the greatest, in my humble opinion, an icon in the golf world. The Ping Zing needs no introduction. But if you hate it, you know about it, but you hate it, I totally get it. It is not. Nothing about this is screaming, I'm an elegant golfer. It's just very brutalist in its like engineering. Just like, we're gonna wear it on our sleeves and show the world. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm excited to read your thoughts.
This feels like a solid iron because it is a solid iron. Funny how that works. It's a little bit loud, not a big concern. For the era, this is just what Ping clubs sounded like. They're going to be a little clacky. You can forgive that because it has a large hitting area. It's easy to hit, not intimidating. Lots of things to help you make you think that the club's on your side. That huge offset, that big top line, that huge face. Lovely, okay? Lovely to build your confidence. Now, here on this channel, we like to look for the X factor, right? Things that really make us like bond with our equipment and golf clubs. To me, this really stands out. Now, all manufacturers, I mean, Nike did it before they went out of business. They were trying to make everything stand out, bright colors, put all sorts of bells and whistles on things. But that's not for everybody. Some people actually like the more reserved things. So you get these hollow bodies that look more like blades or just a straight blade, okay? So I get all that. But to me, when I look down at this, it just makes me feel like the club is so stable. It also supports that when I'm swinging it. I feel like it has a high MOI, like it's not going to rotate a lot if I mishit a golf ball. It's like when I was a kid, okay? When you're a kid, you try on your mom's high heels because they fit, right? Now, I don't know if I could find high heels that fit. I'm sure I could. I don't know why I'm talking about this on camera, but either way, I get in my mom's high heels. I'm just like, it's all wobbly. Like I can't, how do you walk in these? You know, it's like, I didn't know, oh, you walk on your toes, right? So I'm just like, it's so wobbly. And then you put on your Converse, right? And it's just like, bam, planted, let's go play, right? This feels more like a Converse than like a high heel. Sometimes these companies make these itty bitty little blades and you're just like, this is the high heel of the golf club world, where are the Converse Chuck Taylors, right? It's like, these are proven. This is gonna work. So when I was hitting it on the range, yes, I mentioned some people hate the look of this, but it was a commercial success. Like this was very popular. Ping, with the success of the i2 and the i2 Plus, come on, it's gonna be successful. So lots of these sold. They sold very well. It was in production for 2 years. They replaced it with the Ping Zing 2, modified it a little bit. So this, I felt like I wanted to make another video about. I have made the video in the past, wanted to bring things up a little bit and bring it up to my new template, my new standard of reviewing some of these lovely vintage clubs. The Ping Zing, just in my opinion, a classic. And yes, and I would absolutely game these. 100% put these in my bag. Wouldn't look back. I'd go to any event. Just like, I'm going to take my Ping Zings. I'm going to go play those. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you played these, if you bought these new between 1992 and 93, and you still have them, let us know in the comments below. Because yes, I get it. Play these for decades. Excited to read your comments. As usual, huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. I can't thank my patrons enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another way you can support the channel is by visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe. I am The Vintage Golfer.